Running low on energy, long days and even longer nights, tired of all the other energy drinks and bars promise you a lot and never delivering? Need to make it through work, but want a product that can keep up with your busy lifestyle? Want no longer? Try Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. The balls that are so smooth and with a load of nutrients and vitamins to really get you up and bouncing off the walls. Made with all natural ingredients and healthy junk to satisfy even the pickiest eater. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls are sold everywhere where you buy your junk. And now for those who want that extra kick in the butt, comes Chef's Heavy Duty Chocolate Salty Balls with 120% more caffeine than the leading brand. Disclaimer, this product has not been approved by the FDA or World Health Association. Warning, this product is not intended for consumption by children, elderly people, or women who are pregnant or may become pregnant. You might even get pregnant.
This just in.
Feeling groggy in the morning? Coffee just can't give you that pep in the step that you're looking for? Try Pop Starts for that great get up and go that adults need. Pop Starts has the vitamin and nutrients that only grown-ups can partake in, and with flavors such as tossed salad and scrambled eggs, and Jack Daniels and Bud Light flavors to start your day or end it. There's nothing better to wake up to unless you count that depressing cubicle job. Well, anyway, try Pop Starts today. Pop Starts is not part of the Kellogg's Corporation. Pop Starts could give you diarrhea. Pop Starts are not found in your local grocery store.
Yeah, I'm back, yeah. Look, crazy 8th grade, nerdcore rap guy. Got into a duel fate and I just pulled a trap card. Third-rate rappers with a fourth-rate catalog. Destined for the shadow realm, y'all should never act hard. Flow is so insidious that I need an apprentice type. Master with the force, peep the context in my sentence, right? Phantom like the Sithis, just don't ask me what my pen is like. They know that I'm the menace, who you kidding? Bitch, I'm Dennis like sweet to job, hide-headed, rhymes are Shirley Cole. Tested, you can never twist my metal like the jury goes. I ain't never mad when I push it to the max. I got Chris riding with me, bout to turn this bitch to Fury Road. Since animated, I'm the one the crew congratulated. Winners will provide protective cover like it's laminated. Damn, I made this 16 like a guillotine. It's fascinating. If you think that you're ahead, you get decapitated. All that aside, I ain't merely here to rap words. I'm here to tell you who representing for the black nerds. And to remind you, neither one of these are bad words. Biggest living mirrors, they just choose to see it backwards. Who be the leaders of discussion when a topic trends? Dissections got the culture under microscopic lens. Who got the type that you can miss it from the start and make you feel like an expert on the subject by the time it ends? Check the stat, Louis, viewership is mad nice. All these other shows don't seem to cut it, that's a bad slice. Off the books with unscripted drills you can't write. No vampires, but these interviews on Anne Rice. Yeah, this is the best part. Rhymes on Mandalorian, Independence made a best score. Starting a war with these stars, you won't get far. This is the way you play a game of life or death star. So far removed from the drama, we don't notice harm, but won't hesitate to shed a light like a Patronus charm. With mischief managed, troubles at a disadvantage. Must be something in the water, dip your toe because you know it's warm. Where can you find another show with such a fine cast? And if you try to box them in, they playing Minecraft. And basically to sum it up like you define math, this crew's the best and it figures like a line graph. A merry band like the words I do. Level-headed, you don't have to have absurd IQs. They know you can relate because they're nerds like you. With their help, you'll see the world from a blur's eye view. You are now tuned in to Blerd's Eye View. And without further ado, we out. Yeah.
Hey, good people. We're back again. Last 2 episodes of the season. This is your man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you for tuning in. I see the crowd is already showing up. Mal's in the building. What's going on, Mal? Will, what's going on, Will? Okay. We'll see you in there. Finally, them babies didn't get you locked up. What's going on, Mal? Piece of family. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Whoopty's in the house. Thank you for your service once again, Whoopty. She knows what we mean. And yes, so thank you everyone for tuning in. This is one of the last 2 shows. This is our season finale. So you're getting today and you're going to be getting Thursday. So that'll be the end of our season, the end of the year, the end of the holiday, all that great stuff. So if you're on YouTube, hit that like, subscribe, that notification bell. If you're on Twitch, be sure to hit those likes and hit those subs. We appreciate it. It helps the ship run. It helps keep it up afloat and above air. Thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to us, wherever you listen to your podcast, be sure to leave a 5-star review. It helps. With all that being said, let's get this party started. Let's get my second in command on deck. What's happening? Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
You got a new headset.
Oh, this is my gaming headset. It was brought to me that
it's choppy. It's choppy.
really choppy. Maybe it might be the echo in the room. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix it. In the meantime, yeah, this is what I got. I realized that I could do this instead of using the whole voiceover stuff.
Interesting. Good job on the show Sunday. Now I can't hear you at all. But no, I was saying good job on the show. You and Navy was fighting through it with his voice.
He was down code 10 with something, at all.
You're in and out.
I'm in and out. It's fine. I'm gonna probably switch my setup. I don't understand why it's acting like this. Yeah, that was the longest show we've ever done, and it was completely by accident. I was very happy to have the lovely ladies of Pink Riot on. I feel
Shout out to those ladies.
Yeah. Please go follow Pink Riot Comic Shop show. Excuse me. They're fun and. I know that I know nothing, but they miss the Blerd librarian. Go follow them, please. Please get schooled. By 2 lovely.
She had me all in the comment section. I'm like, oh, I like this.
But yeah, that show was fun. The show was really good. Note to go out on.
My man on the boards, boots on the ground. My co-producer. Tafari TV's in the building. What's up, Tafari?
3. So what I've been noticing is every time we make a transition, if you talk too fast, that's where the chop starts, and then it just stays. Is what I've learned about this. Also, apparently changes have been made the last 48 hours. YouTube, where's our verification check? Apparently we qualify now.
It's always something. You know what? It's always something with one of these. One of these platforms, I swear. I didn't catch any of what you
We
just
see
said.
it's a whole lot of movement, not a lot of words.
All right, I'm switching it out. I'll be back.
It's weird. When you turn left, it's clear. For some reason, when you look straight at us, you're left. When you turn right, for some reason, it's clear.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
I
That's
know,
annoying.
and
I don't know.
I learned this from a mentor. He said a lot of times the gaming headsets they can be really funky acting. It all depends.
Clearly, I'm a deuce out real quick. I'll be back.
I don't. This ship don't take off without you. You
Okay.
have my head. You'll have my head. Will says, "What's the topic tonight?" We're doing our 2024 Blerd wrap up. In other words, we're doing our wrap up of some of the nerdiest stuff that we loved this past year, because outside of the stuff that we love, 2024 has been a haul.
Very much so.
So we're sticking with the stuff that we love, and we're just kind of running through it. It's not going to be a full gamut because this is just part one. Part two will be Thursday for the rest of the crew. So yeah, Tafari, I seen something this past weekend that I found interesting, and I'm like, oh, this isn't nearly as bad as one would think.
What was that?
Red One.
I had it on in the background, and it's like, you know what? Y'all could have just went to Amazon. I don't know if people was gonna pay money for this, Moana, Mufasa, and Sonic in the same month.
Yeah, I sat back, I watched it. I think it was Friday. I checked it. I had to leave the house and then I came back, but I watched it and I'm like, this is like your typical. I don't know if you ever seen the Christmas Chronicles on Netflix where Kurt Russell is Santa Claus, but there's two of them. It's in that vein. It's literally in that vein. It's just a little more action, and I'm sitting back and I'm like, this is not a bad movie. This is your typical Christmas hijink action type of thing. It's not over the top. It's a family film. I'm like, okay, this was not bad. It's probably, like you said, with all the movies that were coming out, bad timing. I originally thought this was supposed to hit streaming in the first place.
I think it would have done better if they had, I don't know, streamed or sold it on Amazon directly, because I watched it today because I finally got our Prime login. It wasn't a bad flick. It was very much a different type of movie, but I see why The Rock wasn't stressing, because Moana's out here making Deadpool money with like almost no buzz. It's strictly just children forcing parents into theaters, and I've seen not a peep about it, but they keep making more money.
Yeah, so I mean, it goes to show you that just because the general mass public doesn't like it doesn't mean that it's a failure. There's actually articles being written right now, like saying, because this is what, top 5, I think it's in the top 5 of Amazon Prime movies that's out right now. So while it failed at the box office, it's not failing on streaming. We've seen that before. We've seen that with we've seen that quite a few times actually.
I got Life on in the background. Apparently this movie bombed horrendously, but it's a classic in every house.
So by the way, that's another movie that's coming. Not another Life, but another movie with Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy.
Do they
There's something. They have something. They're working on something right now. Okay. Their kids are getting married, so they're working on that. They're getting on that right now. So, but there has been talk that they're working on a project, which we need another project. I miss a lot of those type of comedy movies. It's and I talked about it before. It's hard to catch the lightning in a bottle when you have something like Harlem Nights. Like that in itself was a legendary movie in terms of the talent and the time that it came out. And a lot of those guys aren't with us anymore, So yeah, I don't know.
That's my thing. I feel like we should get a movie like that every decade or so, with like the new school and old school comics, and we just haven't had one of those in a while. Like, I'm not saying they need to redo Harlem Nights, but I'd like to see something in the same vein with Eddie and Richard Pryor's position now, with a bunch of other young comics filling in.
Yeah, like good comics, like
Yeah.
really. Yeah, I need to see good. I don't need to see the. And no shade against some of the internet comics. Sometimes your internet comics, it doesn't transfer well over to film.
Yeah, I don't need a bunch of cameos. Like, shout out to Bad Boys 4 of internet stars in order to make me go see the movie.
Yeah,
If you're gonna have them in it, have them do a decent amount of stuff. Like, I don't need to see them for like 2 seconds and be like, oh, okay, that's a pop culture reference somehow.
as for
I give that man his props. He made it this far and didn't do not one damn dance.
Fair.
This is true. This is true. But I have to say that Red One turned out to be a pleasant surprise. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll sit back and watch this again. This wasn't nowhere. I'm thinking it was just bad in terms of like, was it just cheesy bad? It turns out it wasn't bad at all.
I think there's an annual amount of rock fatigue, and it's like you can only do so much.
Then there's that.
I
get it. I get it. The man is trying to get the bag. I don't knock you getting the bag, my guy, but it's not like Snoop. It's not like seeing Snoop. Snoop just like, hey, I got a bag. I got a little something going on. I got something on the side going here. It's kind of a different vibe. You know, does it work? For Snoop, definitely. For Rock, maybe it might be okay. Pull back on the reins a little bit because you was running the gambit quite a while.
I really want him to be a different character than he usually is. Like, he should be where Batista is right now.
Yeah. Batista's
with all of that time that Rock has had.
Yeah. Batista's actually set up to. I want to do something dramatic. I want to do a comedy. I want to do an action. He's going across the board. He's hitting all the check marks. He's saying, I want to be more. You know, him dropping the weight and he's still in shape. Him dropping the weight and saying, I want to be considered serious. And I'm like, dude, you just might be the one to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he's did it at that knock it the cabin. He did it there.
Yeah,
it was a serious talk. So you know, he can do it. I believe he can do it.
He's doing it now, in my opinion. Like, he's in it. I don't know where he wants to go or how wide a range he wants to pursue, but he got it. I feel like he got it. He can practice all he wants. That's all you have to do is when you're acting, you just keep doing the shit. I want to see Jim Carrey and Eddie Murphy in a movie. Do we?
You got the roles have to be written to balance each other out. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Talking to Lee, who plays Agent Stone and Son, he said Jim's like a pleasure to work with. If you have ideas, he'll listen and like give you energy to work off of. Like, apparently when they shaved his head in the movies, like that wasn't like scripted. Jim just threw him the clippers. It was like roll the cameras and go. So when he really grew his hair out for Sonic 3, and when they cut him to bald Eggman, they're really shaving his hair on film.
I mean, you know, does that aesthetic seem to mesh well with someone like an Eddie Murphy aesthetic? I feel like
somebody who yelled at Yara Shahidi saying, I want my Guga, talking about her blanket, it can work.
It's got to be the right vehicle then.
Yeah.
It's got to be. It can't be forced. It cannot be forced.
Yeah, you don't just throw them together. That script has to be correct and call for it. Hence, the reason Jim even comes out of retirement in the first place. He said, "You'll give me for Sonic and a second Grinch if it's right."
Yeah, like Coming to America had the base of making it right, but it was something missing, and genuine.
Some like a little hungry. Everybody on that picture was a little hungry still.
Like you had some good, like you had Tracy Morgan, you had Leslie Jones, you had good lineups, but it was just you missed a mark on
but
not a horrible film, just missed a mark to kind of catch that magic.
It felt like they didn't have to work for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, I thought Lunel was gonna be in there a lot longer than she actually was, especially with like what little bit stirred up with them behind the scenes. Yeah. And then in it for all of 2 seconds, and I'm like, how bad was this like 2 second shot that y'all had to like have therapy on set to get it together?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you look at a movie like Harlem Nights, where that was a different range of comics, that was a different era of comics then, and yeah, that might have been it. That might have been it, Bama. There was no Jonathan Landis. That might have been it. I mean, it's the same. If you look at movies like Home Alone, the original Home Alone, if you look at movies like 16 Candles or Ferris Bueller's Day Off or The Breakfast Club,
it was missing that right touch of zany, but also like a little bit of cartoon like energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got the people running through the airport and they're trying to. It's that. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it.
Even the guy that's behind a lot of movies.
Kept it contained to keep the jokes from aging poorly from the first one, and that might have crippled them. I think that might have kneecapped them a little bit. And then Eddie being, I don't know, Eddie kind of coming off of a long hiatus. He probably wouldn't be able to properly gauge it to make the changes and say, hey, let's take that risk. Because I think the only thing he had before then was Dolomite,
which turned out to be pretty damn good.
Yeah, Dolomite was great. That was the kind of zany and out there that we were hoping to see in what is the face?
I disagree. But that's y'all's type of movie. Are we talking the original Dolomite or the remake that he did?
That remake you did, which was kind of like it's not the bubble. Not the bubble. It was kind of, because I noticed what Eddie Murphy's been doing is he's like the same thing like Batista's been doing. Only Eddie has a little more pull. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I want to do some other projects. I want to try something. So I want to put some range on it. I want to sing, which is Dreamgirls, and I want to do this, and that's fine. That's completely fine. I am not against that at all.
No.
It's just, is it more? There's a lot of hands in the pot. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It gets to be a lot of hands in the pot. And I mean, let's face Ryan Reynolds gave us Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay. That train is still running. We may not see another project for another year, because he's working on something else. He's working on his Wrexham show, about the soccer team, and he's doing other projects with his production company and making use of it, and I'm sure Eddie Murphy has a production company. I know Rock has one, and I think it's just having the right people in certain circles and not pushing it just because you're the face, like just say, I'm the face, I can make something happen. Don't push the project in front of me because I'm the face. Believe in the project. Axel Foley was good.
Yeah, it was cute.
That new Beverly Hills Cop was good.
Yeah.
So it was like, would it have done well at the box office? It probably would have, because it had that same recipe. You also got to look at the theater goer though too. The theater goer is a little different.
I don't think anybody was going to the theater to see that.
I think they would have seen it. Following Bad Boys, people would have given it another shot. People didn't like Bad Boys, the third one, and then this fourth one apparently was the bounce back they needed. I think they would have gave Axel another chance.
Yeah. So I mean, this leads right into what I was thinking about. It's feeding into the nostalgia of everything, and that's why it kind of works, because you don't think you're asking for it. You're like, okay, this might be okay. This might just work enough where it's not bad, and it's not too over the top. It's not trying to compete, because who's it competing with? When there's, it's not like the 80s where there was always an action film coming out, and it was always a cop type of action film. It was a Lethal Weapon. It was a Die Hard. It was something, and there was all that competition. Now that competition has thinned out. Like you don't get those type of films anymore. So to touch on the nostalgia and then give me a good script.
I'm hoping we get more competition in the future because this was but after these awards get done, this is going to be a telling year for a lot of these companies and studios, between DC getting back in the swing of things, whoever's about to walk away with the most awards between who was Agatha and Penguin, which is still
talk. I'm like, you know what? The two of these need to be in their own separate category because they are very well done in their own rights. But to compete against each other is just kind of like, who do you vote for? Viola Davis or Angela Bassett? And I'm like, don't we win either way?
We do, but that's divided family. It's divided.
Exactly.
Even if they both get wins, somebody is getting more than the other, and that's only going to drive them to hopefully work harder. And that's on Batman, which is an Elseworld. We're not even in the new DCU yet, and we're already getting nominated for stuff. My whole thing, 2024 was a year for some great films with god awful promotion, and then a series of bombs that never should have been made. How did we let Sony got more off? Sony got more shots off than the attempted Trump unaliver this year and missed every damn one.
Speaking of which, I don't know how you did that. Like
that moment should be a collect. That moment at BlerdCon should be how everyone collectively reacts to everything the rest of the year. For those of you who weren't there, we all collectively stopped, watched, saw this failed attempt at, and then we were just like, "Damn!" Ain't got shit to do with us. Put the camera back on. But
for real,
it was literally that vibe.
We watched a presidential candidate almost get knocked off and just said, "Not our problem." Went right back to dancing. Let that be the vibe for 2025.
Look, it's like everybody else waiting to catch up to us. We were just like, oh, we were only on their page. We were just waiting for y'all, but we were fine. So. Oh, so yeah, I think it was just one of those things, you know. Bama said he hasn't finished it. Bama, go finish it. Finish it.
That's especially with the new Batman. I think it's new Batman has begun filming. I think.
Bama, I think they're starting in May. I want to say. I think they're starting in May.
Yeah.
Bama, if you like Sopranos, you'll like Penguin.
God, yeah.
That show is great, and that's another show that got the proper love and put out it deserved. Meanwhile, we got hit with we got hit with a Craven, a Madam Web, and I thought Venom was okay, but some people will call that the nail in the coffin too.
My thing with the Venom series is this: they did exactly it. The first one, the second, and the third did exactly what they were supposed to do. They were just surprises. By the time the second one came out and it made it made a little less than the first one because the first one made like 800 million. But by the time that second one came out, it made a little less, but it still was a surprising hit. They were just like, that's the one out of all these Spider-Man offshoot films that is successful. You know, the most successful, I should say, because Morbius wasn't that successful. Madam Web bombed. How does Madam Web was the worst bomb, and then turn around and Kraven the Hunter comes out and it's worse than that? And it was like, okay, you had Venom, and then your bar just kept going lower,
and then made an sorry, this donut's hitting. And made an absolute unencumbered or not a completely focused decision to not use Spider-Man. Like how? Sway.
Then we find, is that part of the news?
That's part of the news. That's part of the news. Let's get ready to it. So speaking of dropping the ball, it turns out that Sony could have used Spider-Man in any of their projects all this time.
We need a shame button.
Cat Williams, close the keyhole to this planet, please.
I don't know what side of the timeline we got on, but you're talking about a massive fail. Yeah, like it's your flagship character. It's nothing wrong with depending on that flagship character.
I'm just thinking this now. Tom wanted a check. Tom was not doing 3 more fucking movies with them without getting a significant amount of money. Ain't no way, bro. They was not fit to pay. They couldn't afford to pay him.
I agree, Bama. They don't work without him. It's kind of
they don't. Sure don't.
And Kira, don't. You're right. You're right, Lady Mandalore. You're like, that's a heavy payday. He gonna go right back in there and say, y'all want me to do what?
He got to keep up. No, okay. I mean this in the best way possible. He got to make sure that he's on par with Zendaya, because if he falls off, baby, you see them before and after pictures of them white boys with the black girls? Man, listen, he will be rough.
I don't know what part of the relationship was keeping up when they both were getting railed in separate movies. So that just, or if I don't know, it was insinuated in Challengers, I guess. I don't. No one has given me a solid answer to this. But yeah, Tom in that bathroom. I didn't need to see that rolling around Twitter. Just, and then apparently he had to go to therapy. But I'm like, you could have said no.
No. Like, that whole movie was a lot. That whole movie was a lot.
The fact you saw the whole movie, I saw that one piece. It was like, I'm good on whatever this is.
Yeah, my wife.
My
wife actually watched the one that Tom was in, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting, and and I walked past the TV during that scene, and I'm like, oh my.
There's more to that fucking show.
I thought it was a movie.
It was a show.
Yeah, it was a show, and I was as the term has been going around lately, my flabbers were gasted. I didn't know that was gonna happen. I was just like, oh damn, Spider-Man.
I think he was great in Cherry, a strung out bank robber in a toxic ass relationship. That was a unique role for him to play, but
definitely didn't see that one.
Nah, I saw bits and pieces of it, and then I think it was on some app for a little bit. But I was like, it's something different, and he was just he was casually robbing banks, like in a less yes, Bama. Yeah, it was very much slip him a note, get in and out before everything gets crazy, and then it just with a little bit of 8 Mile in there. But yeah, it was different to see him in. Uncharted was okay. I know a lot of people weren't fans. I didn't mind it.
It wasn't bad. It was just Uncharted wasn't bad. It was
so bad. It was so bad that I wanted to play the video. I stopped watching the movie and wanted to play the video. I literally stopped it and started playing the video game myself.
I was kind of
it was more of a he's the it kid project. The movie could have done well because that wasn't what a lot of people were asking for. They were asking for Nathan Fillion to be in that role, which if you go look it up on YouTube, Nathan Fillion did do like a 17-20 minute short, Uncharted short, and it's actually good. It's very good. And that's what folks were looking for. They were looking for that type of film. They were looking for all of that. And it was just like, oh, you went extra younger and everything else. And it just.
Marcus Sully was a weird choice. That part I will say was even with the mustache, that was I don't know. You know what it is? They
made it weirder.
they've done some game movies that aren't bad, but it's just like you just don't. Like you made a Sly Cooper teaser that people wanted and they never put it out. Ratchet and Clank, which I think did really well, even in my little small theater I used to work at, the Dollar Theater, that was one of our popular ones that whole summer when it was out for a couple weeks. And then they made a whole new series of games, but they just never made another film. Uncharted, I think I would have liked a little bit more of the mystical teasing, just
Damn
because
you,
the
Mal.
first. What do you say?
Tom's new flick is Spider-Man: The New Explored Hole.
One of his many, one of the ninth death of Spider-Man, the ninth wonder of the world. But the I would have liked a little bit more like teasing the mystical aspect of Uncharted. Like we got the whole treasure, but you're fighting like zombies in the first game, Yetis in the second game, and then I forget what the monster is in the third one. But just to there's more doors that could have opened. The ending, the last phase or the last act of Venom 3 could have been the whole franchise when they just went balls to the wall with all the symbiotes trying to do like 3 movies worth of lore in 15 minutes. In fact, also I give them credit. That was a lot of blood for a PG-13 film. Like the way it's one of the few times, 'cause I don't know much about Null or the creatures. One of the few times I feel correct using the phrase comic book accurate. The fact that those things were like jumping off the ground and like clearing the stratosphere in 2.5 seconds. Now, what was pissing me off was when it's like, cool, don't turn into Venom. They can't find us. Mrs. Chen is here. Let's dance and completely expose our location just because. But
mind you, no one hating on Mrs. Chen.
Chen.
She's untouchable. Even in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, she shows up there, and I'm like, oh, it's Mrs. Chen, and she is completely unfazed about what's happening right now.
And it's just like, if you could have, I'm not saying Tom had to have a main playing part, but like, they kind of set it up after No Way Home. I thought in Hawkeye he was going to make a quick cameo appearance because he swings past that same area where they're like at the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I was expecting like a web shoot or something from off screen. And the fact that he's getting apparently more involved in this 4th film to where like he's going through the script and telling them what will and won't work for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's
been noted that this 4th film will be it'll be less Parker, more Spider-Man. He's burying himself in work is what he's doing.
Y'all wanted a poor Peter Parker, you got him.
Yep. That part whoopty. J.K. Simmons would have been my Sully of choice.
I'm pretty
sure. I agree.
He takes the role if it comes to the mustache at this point.
Dude's ripped. I mean, it works.
But yeah, the fact that they could, first off, if y'all are done with Sony movies, that's fine. I need y'all to take I'm blanking on the name. I need y'all to put Vulture back where you found him. Like, don't if we're gonna cut those branches, that's fine, but don't leave him over stuck with Morbius and then just be like, we forgot to fix that.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
Don't
touch Michael Keaton. Leave his character be. He's fine. Just put him back where he's supposed to be, the right timeline.
Yeah, apparently he said he's filmed other stuff. I don't know what for yet, but he said he doesn't understand the multiverse either. He just knows his characters.
And yet he's explained it better than anybody else in the Flash.
He was just like, hey, I know my character and I'm doing Vulture stuff after I'm done doing Batman stuff. I'm like, that's cool, but please take this shit and put him back where you found him. And then I saw I think it was the end credits of Kraven. Did they like damn near copy and paste the ending of Deadpool and Wolverine's song at all with clips from all the Sony films? I'm hoping it's fake, but I've been seeing that coming around.
There's so much to be said about that film. It's just
like, we get it.
There are things I've seen. I haven't seen this movie in its entirety. I just haven't. It's hard for me to deal with that at this point. And I can't subject myself with money to do that, or even a free ticket. I'm like, yeah, I'll wait, and I'll hold off. So
I feel like Sony needs to be audited because the stuff that they've done, where it's like they put certain characters in movies to make you think it's going to be certain stuff. The fact that there was actual like imagery of like Toby Spider-Man and Oscorp and Morbius, and then they just yanked all of it like 2 weeks before it aired. Like, something about this has to be illegal.
Yeah, to sit there and have the project that's connected to a major character and not even mention the major character, even a mention is good enough, you know, or an appearance or something, and actually use it for another project. That would be fine. But
we gotta mention it made absolutely no sense when they did it, but it also sounds like Michael Keaton recorded this in one take with an unpadded room and then left. But
I mean, we got to mention in well, that was in No Way Home, but it was a Spider-Man vehicle, you know, and you did nothing with it. Like, you literally gave us Eddie Brock, even though you gave us the Eddie Brock out of order. You gave us Eddie Brock and did nothing. Hey, Lizzie.
Hello.
Hey, Lizzie. Congrats on getting the table. We will see you at BlerdCon.
So,
that last. If anybody played Web of Shadows, that's what that last act of Venom 3 kind of reminded me of. And even then, I'm just like, so if he can take 5 of them, why were y'all not like banding together to do this in the first damn place? Especially when we're fighting like the damn Shredder demons over here. Like Null has these monsters that look straight out of like a Helldivers promo, which are actually like credible threats and basically a symbiote disposal device, which I was curious. It was curious to see so many of them come and go so damn fast. And apparently, what is it, Riot, or there was some, or Toxin, I think. Toxin's the one everybody was looking forward to, and now it's just out there with the not Pink Flash, just out in the fuck all wind for what, who knows what.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Sony, they did drop a trailer today. It's going to hit the nostalgia notes, and it's definitely going to hit some kung fu fanatics in the right spots. They actually dropped Karate Kid. It seems like they snuck this one under the radar for real. They dropped Karate Kid Legend starring Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan, and we're gonna check this out right now.
Our traditions are rooted in history. Kung Fu, karate. The tree grows strong.
You knew Mr. Miyagi?
I did not come looking for Sensei Miyagi. I came looking for you. In life, you have only one question. Is it worth fighting for it? Or not? Lee means to me what you meant to Sensei Miyagi.
I'm doing this for all of us. Whatever it takes. Two branches. One tree.
Okay.
Off the rip, I'm going to tell you like this. That choreography looks pretty boss.
I mean, you've got Jackie Chan probably doing all the goddamn choreography. Better look.
It does not look like it would be bad. It doesn't. Once again, this is hitting you're hitting the Cobra Kai fans, you're hitting the original fans of the original Karate Kid, and then you're hitting Jackie Chan fans. That's pretty wide net.
Well, the other remake of Karate Kid with.
I was gonna say, are we following that, or are we going? Is this original?
They're bringing it together.
Yeah. It's in the same universe.
It was like that wasn't a remake. It was supposed to just be a continuation of the story.
Yeah. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad.
You and everybody else.
I will say this. Let me put some of your doubts to rest. Just 3 of those. I just said 3 of those different fandoms. You're bound to hit a target on one of them.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to miss. And on top of that, we're not looking for $1 billion film of that stature. Like especially if it's overseas. Oh shit. Especially overseas, Jackie Chan fans overseas. If it doesn't do as well as it's expected here, it'll damn sure do well overseas.
Yeah. Ugh, I don't even know any other films he's been in the last even 10 years. I feel like he hasn't been in anything.
Yeah, he scaled back.
Jackie?
Jackie scaled back. A lot of stuff you see, if you see him in anything, it's like I don't want to say direct to video, but it might be direct to streaming.
Yeah,
so you gotta find some things, and he's been in a lot of times those films that he's in, they're good films.
Yeah,
like they're not done over here. They overseas Chinese films over there, they do extremely well. Like they just like, oh, it's Jackie Chan, we'll go. Oh, it's Jet Li, we'll go. Or it's Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen makes a shit ton of movies.
Donnie Yen doesn't. Pardon me. He doesn't fuck around though. I feel like you kind of expect a little bit of Jackie Chan to have a little bit of comedy with it. I don't know how he's received when he's doing like comedies with us type of folk.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Americans in general, right? Especially Americans in general right now. I don't know if that's gonna hit over there the way that they hope. Not saying it's good or bad. It's a weird market over there. It's hard to get
it is they do have a very weird market. But when I was hearing about the Raid and the Raid 2 and all those type of films, they do extremely well in overseas markets, and then we hear about it like maybe a year later, because then they get dropped over here. Mm-hmm. They'll start it off over. I wouldn't be surprised to say, okay, yeah, we're dropping this one over here. You're going to see a lot of promotion over there first, and then once it gets here, they'll be like, yeah, the hype is already real. It's Jackie Chan. It's the first thing that's gonna come to people's mind is Jackie Chan.
Done a lot of, I forgot he's been doing mostly voice act. He was in Kung Fu Panda and he was Splinter in Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah. Yep.
So Jackie just ain't been doing a lot of the action stuff. But well, I'm trying to. So it's
not saying he couldn't, because you don't just drop that.
So the original movies, it's what Mr. Miyagi, and then Jackie is what Mr. Han.
Yeah.
And it's new. Okay, that's the part I was getting mixed up with earlier. But yeah, I keep forgetting Cobra Kai is like a follow up off of that. It's branched out into such its own thing the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got Blue Beetle actor wise out of Cobra Kai. So
yeah. Jolo Madeira, I want to say his name is
Jolo. Yeah.
And he's done surprisingly well enough that James Gunn said, "Hey, you still got a job, guy."
Yeah, he didn't get the run he should have on Blue Beetle, but I'm hoping we see more of him just in other films. I think I'm kind of overwaiting for a whole solo film to see somebody again. Mm-hmm. But I'm curious if Jaden makes an appearance for this Karate Kid.
I wouldn't miss it. I mean, I'm not hating. I just wouldn't miss it.
He gave us one of the greatest memes. I hate it here.
Yeah, which I feel like he might be a little sensitive.
What?
He could be a little bit sensitive. I don't know what the Smiths are up to right now. I don't think he wants any spotlight on him at all.
I mean, it's possible. I'm not expecting a full on like acting or action performance. I just show what happened to the kid who grew up under.
You're right. So Patrick Newman he says too many modern kung fu films that have CGI. I agree. You want to know the last good kung fu action scenes I've seen over here was Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi, you know, which you guys are dropping the ball. I don't know why you haven't given us a 2 yet, but once again, I can watch that for the action scenes alone.
Just an update on the 10 rings in general. You use them to make Voltron in another universe. Do something.
Yeah, like you got a surefire. I mean, it was a hit when it came out. So what's the problem? You know, so
and
like it's just one of those things.
Sony putting this out.
Yeah. I mean, they gotta hit the mark somewhere.
I mean, y'all got Game of the Year. It's just it's a trophy on a pile of bleeding red dollars that you have. I'm hoping. I don't want y'all to fail. Excuse me. Clearly, superheroes are not y'all thing.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Simu Liu. He did absolutely amazing in Shang-Chi, and even he said it. He says, "Hey, I'm ready for my sequel. Like, let's get this thing running already." You know, so the rumors might be true. Young Avengers series is reportedly in development.
I heard they were changing it from Young Avengers to what, Champions?
It might be Champions. Because they're doing a Nova series too, and he's one of the champions.
Who he? Oh, Nova.
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 Like Nova, which I don't know. I think Young Avengers still works because I don't know. That's basically what they've been rallying up. It takes so long before we get any updates on everybody. That's the problem. We're expanding this universe, and it's just now the question is how long before we see anyone again? Like, are we just staying out of Wakanda till young T'Challa's after his puberty and a growth spurt, or what?
At 5 years as a mother. We don't know how that's going to turn out.
Wakanda Forever was so by itself. You damn near forget it's a Marvel film because that was such a internal cultural experience. And then I think we may see some of it play out in Cap 4 with this whole war for the magical man in the ocean medal. But I'm also
so they are doing the secret title for it is Champions, which nowadays you can't get a lot past fans by using a different code name, because all it takes is like, we know what you're talking. We know what you're talking about. It's Champions. It's Young Avengers. So we kind of know that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Young Avengers, and it's saying basically from production bulletin states that Disney Plus and Marvel Television are planning to begin production on the Young Avengers TV series to premiere January 2026. This also lists the project under the seemingly secret title Champions, aka Young Avengers. So Kevin Feige and co-president Luis Diaz-Bazito are named as producers. This report may come as a major surprise to fans. I don't know why, as Disney has yet to make an official announcement about the project. However, there have been recent rumors about a Young Avengers project for quite a while. Like the writing is literally on the wall. You're missing, like Patrick said, you're missing 3. Mm-hmm. Speed, Hulkling, and Nova, and they've already announced the Nova project. So you're just missing Speed and Hulkling at this point. It's just like in some retrospect, Patriot, you know.
But that's coming.
Yeah. So I mean, it's there. It's all there. Like, I was like, go back and check some things out. It's completely lined up and ready to go. You know, it's just especially after you got Avengers Doomsday and everything else coming through.
They gave the Captain America with a special look the other day, with new guy taking over as Falcon. So I'm hoping that they tease other heroes accepting mantles, or we get more passings of the torch starting that film, just because. Yeah, can y'all not lock Isaiah up again? Man, they spent most of his life behind that wall. And then as far as, I think they should have shown more in Ant-Man 3 when she got arrested and she said she was working with other people. And
right.
We never any of them were. So I'm curious as to who all has met and interacted with who outside of Kate Bishop.
Well, outside of what Miss Marvel running into Captain Marvel, Yelena running into Yelena runs into Miss Marvel too. Well,
more Yelena.
Yeah.
That's all I say. It's more Yelena.
So she's ran into if you think of the comic line and you think of what's going on in the MCU, Yelena has ran into 3 people by now.
Would Yelena be? She'd be too old to be a young Avenger, though.
No, she's not. She's going to be a Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Okay. It's we got black patriotism and white espionage in the same year. That is.
But please, for the love of Bast, give me more Yelena and more Hawkeye banter. That's and I mean Kate Bishop. I need more Yelena and Kate Bishop back and forth.
If I wanted to kill you, I would have never made you mac and cheese.
Yeah,
it's one of the best parts of that series is them off each other, and I'm like, I like this. This is cute. This is fun. It's not over the top,
right?
So,
yeah, we have the easy step for all of this going on, focusing in New York under a mayoral candidate kingpin. It's just I'm not saying cameo porn, but there's like a lot of quotes from each other that y'all could bounce off of, and just remind what y'all did with Wong, like the first bit of Phase 4. Just do that. Just sprinkle everybody around a little bit is all I'm asking.
In other words, keep it connected.
Keep it connected, but also if we're gonna do champions, don't just like don't do what you did, which wasn't bad by the way, but I'm saying don't make this the formula. Don't do what you did with like Defenders, where everybody accidentally bumps each other and they just hang out for the next 6 episodes. It just show me that, like, I don't know, these kids are on social media, or Kamala's putting a team, and like, how many of you kids have crossed paths where y'all can at least get around?
Although they did give us a little bit of Power Bros in the Defenders, and I'm kind of mad about that for like one split second.
Yeah,
like one split second before the hallway fight scene. I'm like
you gave me Power Man and Iron Fist team up in like 2 episodes, which is good. But you know what the problem was. We all know what that problem was, and it wasn't Luke Cage.
Your most.
I just wanted Luke Cage. I just want Luke Cage to go to him and like, do you know you ever get annoyed calling yourself the Immortal Iron Fist every 5 seconds?
It's Immortal Iron Fist. It's like the Iron Fist we have in Marvel Rivals is what we wanted on screen. The character that literally makes everyone run and they have to avoid because it's absolutely broken, or can like step in midair and just completely clear your backline. That's what we Instead, we got the erectile dysfunction of the team. That's just like, how do your powers never work when you need them to? Also, like, why is your company? How does your company so big nobody knows the evil mafia on the 3rd floor? And why did we have to kill everybody in camouflage to go dig up a dragon that was below the building? None of that nothing surrounding him made a lick of sense. I was happy when they brought Elektra back. I was good with that fight, but I was
the
good.
Daughters of the Dragon.
The Daughters of the Dragon, yeah.
I was
fucking missed opportunity.
I was good with that, and the fact that like she was basically like messing with his personal life. With like when his client broke in court and everyone had to leave the room because she had tortured him the night before. I'm like, this is how you layer it all up. And then Jessica Jones was out of a job, so she joined Gunn and went to the Sonic franchise. So there's also
she literally just said, there's an article that just dropped. She's like, I'm ready. Like Kristen Ritter said, I'm ready. Like
this lets me know that they have reached NDA territory.
Yeah,
there's
90 actually. The entire Netflix Defenders team have said, we know John Barenthal's back. We got Charlie Cox.
Not everybody. Just one. The one we were talking about shortly before, but not every. Oh no, wait, no, he did say.
Every last one of them has said,
okay.
We're ready. Mike Coulter's like, hey, Evil wrapped up. I'm free now.
Is Evil done? Because I know that.
He
was so in love with that show. He was like, I have a new home. If nothing from the house, I do it. But But
Juicy Tigre.
Je suis tigre, mon frère. Je t'aime.
Just suit the curve. Yeah, I'm just like you have a chance to introduce a lot of these kids. It's how they get introduced to each other for this champions thing. Is how I'm like. There's gonna be the teenage antics. Not everyone's parents is gonna be like Billy and just let them drive and go missing for 3 days and then not go look until he comes home a whole week later. Like there was no missing posters, no missing phone calls. They're just like, "Where have you been?" I'm like, "Did y'all look?" Like y'all.
If that was a Law and Order SVU case, I'd be looking at the parents like, "Y'all really weren't even looking for the kid. Y'all did
y'all even try?"
Y'all right up there with Kevin McAllister, a $94 bill. You need to be happy no one called CPS. That's
right.
That's all that happened was a bill to the hotel and room service. You'll all be fine. Go put on the Amex. Also, they think Hulkling might be his boyfriend, but I'm not sure how that even would get set up at this point.
Yeah.
Or Star, if that's still canon. I don't know what to take out of the end of She-Hulk.
Well, the funny part is they're talking about bringing She-Hulk back, which again, I wouldn't be against it.
I want them to.
If Daredevil gives you room to mix in a lot of stuff, like the way he had to come in and rep Spider-Man, and Happy was just on his own, like that. You have a lot of stuff that could come in through that, so you could get another case with him and She-Hulk. I've been saying for years you can easily fix the endings of all their shows, and they survived the blip and became heroes for hire for 5 years.
I will say this: thank you, No Way Home. You gave us some gems, and that scene of Matt Murdock was all the writing we needed to say. He still got a job, y'all. He still got a job.
I'm a really good lawyer.
Real quick, before we get to this next piece, Spartan, we actually did the trailer for Karate Kid Legends. I know you've seen it already. What did you think?
The apology letter for the Jaden Smith movie?
Oh, see, look.
I didn't say I wanted it to be a sequel. I just said I wonder if Jaden's in it at all.
I mean, according to how this new kid looks, Ben Wang, and I'm like, okay, you got him in fighting scenes, and I'm thinking, dude, can you fight before you got with?
My whole thing was, I said, okay, Jackie Chan, okay, you're bringing back a Mr. Han character, and of course Ralph Macchio. They're trying to, make the tribute to Pat Morita. Again, I get that, and then this kid, like you said, this kid off the bat already came through with hands, so I'm like. We're not doing the traditional, I get beat up by Karate Kid people, so I go learn to fight so I can go pick on them. So we're doing the reverse bullying tactic. Oh, he just going straight to tournaments. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this kid looks like he's got hands already. He's just learning
where to put them.
Yeah, where to put them. He got hands. He just needs to learn where to put the hands. That's all he's doing.
So don't get me wrong, I want to see it, but it's just like we said in the chat. It's like, okay, Jackie Chan is getting older. We understand that. The man has done a crap load of stunts. I say the same thing. Where's Jet Li? Has anybody checked on that martial arts master yet?
He's not.
I saw it.
I think he is okay. I think he actually was.
He has some kind of. He's actually sick. I know that.
It was something serious because when I saw him in Mulan, that was. Dude, I did not recognize him if they did not put his character card up. I was dead ass concerned. And then I remember he has some kind of.
It's like a degenerative disease of some sort.
Yeah. So, they made him the emperor in the live action Mulan, right?
Yeah.
So a role that's more relaxed and not action heavy. And I'm just like, this was that was the one when I grew up and like. Romeo must die. So like seeing him like
you love. I have nobody's beach.
Like, dude, you was whooping ass. Now
hyperthyroid. That's what it was. Hyperthyroid.
That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
so
not to say that's it, but that's it.
It must have hit him hard because I'm like, this is the same guy that did Fist of Legend, that did Romeo Must Die, that did
Black Mask,
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Fearless,
that
dude.
He was also a missing unicorn right next to like who else? Like Eddie Murphy and Dave Chappelle, and we hadn't seen him in a while. And then the
Right.
first picture we saw of Jet Li was that, and it just we were all concerned.
Like
But
we knew he's older, but it was like maybe it's the lighting, maybe it was we could not put our hand on it or
I
I
was
was,
like,
I was
dang.
shocked that Buddy, like dude who took the photo, even recognized him because I didn't. If you had told me that was anyone else, I would have believed you.
Right. Oh,
Like,
that
I'm-
was the guy from Ong Bak. Oh, Tony Jaa's still around, but he's
Yeah,
on the
he's
other.
still-
He's on the other side of the world making movies.
Yeah.
They're cranking out movies.
like if you for those who and we mentioned it earlier about like movies that do very well overseas.
Mhm.
I know me and Lady Mandalore seen it. Boy Kills World.
Yes.
That was a good fucking movie.
Y'all slept. Y'all didn't see that. Y'all
the
slept on that
shit
one.
I'm
out of that
gonna be
fucking
honest.
movie.
This is what happens when you take Archer for an hour and 30 minutes and you say make it R-rated and make it funny.
Yeah.
People
If
sleep
you-
on Archer. People
Yeah.
sleep on Archer though. So
Like if you
I
watch,
just say they're uncultured.
I got
if you watch Boy
Archer,
Kills
all-
World, you're talking about straight out. If you like The Raid, you'll like Boy Kills World. It's the same folks.
Actually,
It's the same folks.
what do we first call it? Hardcore Henry with voiced by Archer.
Yeah.
That's pretty
It
much
was
what it is.
it was the voice work that kept making me laugh throughout the movie because dude can't talk.
Mhm.
And the whole time I'm like, I keep seeing Archer. And I'm like, but it made me giggle because he's doing stuff, and I'm like, it's Archer talking. I can't see anything else.
I just need to hear phrasing one good time. Just one good time. I want to hear phrasing. So we're seriously not using phrasing anymore.
Right. So yeah, Bama said it's sitting on my Hulu movie queue. Yeah, that is a film you really want to watch. You need to sit. It's beginning to end. Just if you like John Wick, if you like, it's in that vein. It's literally that bubble. John Wick, The Raid, all that. It's right in that bubble. You won't be disappointed.
Oh man.
So
Yeah,
James Gunn. You sly bastard. I expect nothing less. He dropped a teaser poster because the teaser trailer will be dropping tomorrow for the new Superman film. We're gonna tell me if you can actually see and listen to it, because I'm going to his Instagram page to drop this, and it's glorious.
It's beautiful.
With the hand, stop it.
If you wanted to know, because this happened in our group chat, if you wanted to know if he was going to make a tribute to John Williams, he did. If you heard that little last few notes,
yeah,
he did it.
I was gonna say, was that somebody humming the original like Superman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we
And they've already started trying to break that down to sound out who's actually doing the humming. Some are saying that it's Superman's Kryptonian mother humming to him from Krypton. That is one theory. I'm like,
let the movie drop first.
when I tell you, because me being, of course, me and Chris, I know we're DC hardcore as far as that. So we saw it, we heard it, cool.
Yeah.
Everybody else broke this stuff. There was an actual audiophile person that literally broke it down and said there are possibly 3 people humming this.
Y'all niggas need to go outside. Y'all gotta go outside.
Look, we wanted. Look, James Gunn has already proven himself with the Suicide Squad. He's proven himself with Creature Commandos. He's showing us with this teaser poster. Let this man cook.
At the same time, it's the traditional the traditional S, the literal pose, which a lot of people don't understand. The pose that he does is actually the same pose Christopher Reeve does in the first Superman movie.
Thank you. He
That's
knows
literally
what
the
he
first pose.
knows what he's doing. What does this man have to do to tell you he knows what he's doing?
Except, also you Snyder fanboys.
You beat me to it.
I can't. How can I say this in Kira's way of saying stuff?
Wait,
You
don't
are
put
the
my name in
reason.
that shit. Wait.
Because when you say stuff, if I say it, it sounds comical. You say it, it gets to the point.
Okay.
Because
Okay, Lady Mandalore, we're on the ship. As long as you don't put no bullet holes in the hull.
I don't know what to say.
Kira, have you seen? And I'm gonna throw this out to y'all guys. Have y'all seen the so-called Snyder fanboys trying to boycott this movie?
Oh,
Yes.
The Facebook group post that went probably more viral than more people have seen that post than are members in that group, and that's the most hilarious part. And I know people are joining the troll because I have friends who do it on a weekly basis. As somebody, I didn't even know like being a Snyder fanboy was a thing till I started watching this show. I'm like, I enjoyed the films because Warner Brothers will just be like, here, nigga, damn, and just give you whatever over the years. Like, animation's been great. I went to see Dawn of Justice with my roommates. Didn't hate it. Why, cat? But I have an orange psychopath over here. But yeah, like I didn't realize how diehard people were. So I saw like the AI videos of the superheroes talking in the cells Snyderverse to Netflix. That I'm just like, it's. I've been saying, like, if y'all want it that damn bad, y'all animated universe clearly keeps hitting the reset button and then not starting a new game. I don't know what's going on. Y'all can finish it over there for all I care. But this whole Cavill's our Superman. Don't you dare share that trailer here. I'm like, dog, let it go.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, you Snyderverse fans are the reasons why we can't have nice things.
Ding ding.
That plain and simple. There is nothing wrong. Did I like Cavill as Superman? Yes.
Yeah, he's fine.
Did I like the Snyderverse? Not really, because he kept dropping the ball. Visually,
visually great. Horrible
great, but storytelling was not where it needed to be.
No,
let's face it.
It was bad, baby.
It was
bad.
And then just admit it. Do I agree? We should have gotten a Man of Steel too. Yes, we should have. But that ship has sailed. We're not getting it.
Man of Steel 2, Dick. Who is still out here looking for that?
It was probably the most decent thing to come out of that universe, along with Ben Affleck's portrayal as Batman, and all the action footage that's locked in a vault somewhere that we're never going to see. Apparently Ben was in Suicide Squad more than Spider-Man was in Civil War, and they threw all that shit in the trash
because they were trying to explain the Joker angle on Suicide Squad. They had to use Batman to bring in Jared Leto to explain his presence in Suicide Squad, which is crazy.
Well, apparently they gave the fucking movie to a third party. Again, stupid shit James, I know this is the type of shit I know James is not going to do. Last minute, they gave the movie apparently to like some third party company to like do the final cuts, and when they handed it back to him, cut Ben out of most of his scenes. And then apparently a lot of the shots were out of order. So what we got was not what we got is not what test audiences or early screening people saw. That is
pretty much
it's not saved anywhere. So that's just a memory people get to live with and know that like, yeah, the rest of y'all got you're in the Matrix. I saw what's really out there.
Yeah. I'm like, look, it's a dead universe. Let it go.
You got your crying.
If you're crying about what you had, if you're waiting, if you're looking at James Gunn and you're saying he's going to destroy it, no, he's scorched the earth already. He got exactly who he wants. That was from that universe over to here. He already grabbed the people he needs to grab. He doesn't need anything else.
For all those that sit there and say that he's going to mess the DC universe, do you understand that in the 5 movies that Snyder was allowed to make, James Gunn, one Suicide Squad movie, outdid all 5 other movies? So you're telling me the equivalent 5 movies, 2 years apiece. So 8 years of Snyder, 1 movie of Gunn's.
I can literally watch the Suicide Squad. I'm like, this is a good film. This is what I was looking for.
My biggest thing is James on Suicide Squad saying like, yeah, DC literally told me just do whatever you want. I'm like, all right, but why? If y'all had maybe given that same grace to everywhere else and just stop sticking your fingers in shit, like it's clear when you have a decent product. I say this all the time about Arkham Knight. It's very clear where like Rocksteady was good, and you can very clearly see where like Warner Brothers just stuck their fingers in the cake that was that game. Like Harley Quinn's Revenge.
You're gonna eat this?
Harley Quinn's Revenge. Harley Quinn's Revenge was great. Then they took that. It was like, let's do that 5 times, but instead of an actual story, let's just make it challenge maps for $15 a piece. And that's the part where I'm just like, y'all. I'm not saying it was gonna be fantastic either way, but it's very clear when y'all just keep. I'm sure in big bold letters on James's contract it says quit touching shit. Like, even for the animated universe, like there's no platform. Y'all literally y'all think y'all nuked the Legion of Doom, the Super Friends, the 2003 Teen Titans. You literally murdered everybody and then made them sit front row for the 400 episode of Teen Titans Go. I'm not saying anybody deserves less or should be hated on, but at the same time, James is our only saving grace in a huge shit show.
He had to take Viola Davis, Jason Momoa, Jolo Mediera, and say, you guys still have a job. Completely. And said, whatever, Viola Davis, you did fine. You have a job.
Yeah, Viola Davis is safe.
I'm so curious to what he does with Peacemaker because that because he said it.
He's already said that when you do see the Justice League show up, when they do show up, he says there's a reason why there's a reason why he strategically shot them the way he shot them in Suicide or in Peacemaker. It was more than one reason, and it was a good reason why he did it. I'm glad he did it the way he did, because he said you're not even going to see Flash yet. That's gone. That's out the window. He scorched the earth.
I would have accepted like a ripple in the sky, and then just what the hell was that? Don't worry about it, and then we just see our new. That's what I was expecting at the end of Flash. Like just instead, Aquaman drowns in a puddle for whatever the fuck. Like, how did you get him this far inland to get him sauced in the first? Like, none of this made sense.
Right.
Lady Mandalore, what do you think about the poster, number one, and what are you looking forward to? I'm surprised. I see the wild Obi in the background, and Spartan's camera goes right. He's like, what?
I'm trying to tell. I told y'all that boy's training arc has begun.
It really has. I gotta explain that later. He really has trained, and he really has begun.
What you got in your hands? That was definitely that run. What you got? Don't you touch? Don't you go down them steps?
It's funny. That was about 5 minutes ago.
That boy gone.
He was like, all I seen is like a walk by. It was like
it was quick too. It was like boop, boop, boop. He was hustling.
Oh man,
He knew what he had to do. Out.
I gotta go over here and tear some stuff over here.
This boy has discovered speed. He just hasn't discovered brakes.
You're goddamn right.
He'll run full Naruto style, but getting him to stop.
Oh my god! So, Lady Mandalore, what'd you think of the poster?
Full disclosure, I'm not a Superman fan. Never have been. Probably never will be. Even after this movie,
That's fine.
James is going to do a phenomenal job. Don't fuck with me. He's going to do a phenomenal job with this goddamn movie. It's a poster. You know, the music, like I expected there, because of the person that James is showing all of us. I kind of already had it in my mind that he was going to do something honorable to the previous Supermen in general. And I think we're going to see more of that as we get deeper into what this movie is actually going to be about or how it's going to look. Music was a nice touch. I say all that to say the music, the soft, if you're paying attention deep enough, you know that this is the original soundtrack to Superman.
Not only that, it was something when I first heard it, and I had to go back and listen to it again. It's not just hearing the homage to John Williams. It's how it starts, and it almost sounds like the Man of Steel score, just a touch. So it's like it's not just one Superman. It's like, yeah, we're going to do this because apparently he has a love. It has a love of both of them. It's just not. It's there. So I agree. He's gonna do just fine.
Yeah, and his dedication to everybody watching the Superman, or I guess the I want to say Clark Kent so bad. Christopher Reeve's documentary. He don't talk much, but he continually talked about that documentary.
Oh,
which I still need to see that. Need to see that.
I got 15 minutes in and I got to finish it.
Oh yeah, when they explained how they did the flight together, I was like, we had no idea what we were doing at first, so we just threw ideas. I was like,
in the world of superhero, and this is like one of the first times where we know more about the person making it than who's in it. Because I couldn't tell you, I couldn't name the dude playing Superman right now, but we know so much about Jane. Yeah, see how everybody
got his name.
David Corn. Yeah, thank you, David Cornsweet.
Cornsweet. Yeah.
How fast everyone's eyes wandered to even find it, but we know it's a James Gunn project, and that's I think that's what's going to be unique about what he does is the fact that he is kind of guardianing this whole universe with grabbing not so much nobodies, but up and comers that might not be well known, and putting them in these large places versus grabbing large actors and being like, you'll sell because you're you. And
he said he's already said that the JLI that we'll see in this film, they aren't just cameos. They are not just cameos. So I'm like, once again, he's bringing characters you have not seen, haven't cared about, or don't know much about anyway, to the forefront and saying you're gonna know about them now.
Mr. Terrific.
Yeah. Mr. Terrific is also, I don't know if he does it in a lot of DC projects, but in what was the one that they should have made a two-parter? Injustice, when he had to go get the other Superman, I'm like, there's your guy, just behave and maybe you'll get Crisis in like 10 years. But for now, let's relax and let the man do his thing.
Very much. So, I'm just happy that you get to see Mr. Terrific. You actually get to see Alan Scott, the original Green Lantern. Like I said, as a DC fan, I'm happy. I mean, the man, Gunn clearly has taken his time on this, and the fact that the poster. See, here's how I know when something's great: when you see none of the movie, but either a trailer, a screenshot, or a poster sells it, and
good or bad,
sells it.
Because they were crying about the suit. Oh, the suit looks too baggy. I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, they're still shooting. You don't know how this works. Oh, dear sweet child.
We're dropping Legacy from the title now, right? It's just
yes. He said he's dropping Legacy. Yeah,
he's dropping Legacy.
All right, we get a trailer. Come back for that.
So yeah, we will be doing a review Thursday.
I will find some way, somehow. You might be going with me to the movies. You might be going. We going somewhere somehow to Superman. See that movie. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Matinees do get the job done.
It's not like he hasn't done it before. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna go in there like Titanic. I have a child.
Oh my God. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about some of our favorite nerdy moments of 2024. This is only part one. And we're going to talk about some of our favorite moments of nerddom, whether that's movies, television, comics, gaming, anime, the nine. And we'll be right back. Blerd's Eyeview is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blerd's Eyeview for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blerds across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 Blerd mystery box company. All right, we are back. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Is this ever? Yeah, okay. I had to look at the screen again. I'm like, I could have sworn it was the 5th one, but I did. It was the old title screen. So 2024 has been giving us a lot of gems this year. We've had a lot of box office slams. We've had a lot of standout comics. We've had a lot of standout moments in anime. Let's run it down the list. Some of our favorite ones. Safari, we'll start with you.
I mean, Don to Don was great. So y'all turned into a clan rally the last week and a half. Shout out to AJ, by the way. He was actually in the new Mufasa movie.
Yes. What about what are your favorite moments from outside of anime? What other nerdy stuff have you been appreciative of?
Getting out and just being able to explore different stuff. Shout out King Lion and Allied Global because they've been hooking me up the last couple months. So, getting to, like I said, this was the year of great films in trash promotion or box office bombs that never should have been made. Gaming too, Suicide Squad. Y'all could have kept that one too. Just quit touching stuff. Getting to go see Transformers 1 and then honestly being shocked at how good that movie was, and then realizing y'all need to just, to any movie companies watching that may be interested, holla at us. We can do a much better job than the people y'all have been hiring. That nobody failed Transformers 1 except the people promoting it. The fact that like Sonic had to throw y'all an alley-oop like 6 months early. Like, I'm pretty sure these Keanu posters were not supposed to leave the shop this damn fast, but that was cool. Getting to see the first 2 episodes of Agatha was also pretty dope. Again, this premiere for Mufasa the Lion King, which I know everybody's skeptical. It's actually not bad. It's actually like if you want to go get your final Disney fix for the year, or you want to go take the kids and do something fun, it's not a bad origin story. There's elements of some of the stuff from the last couple films they've thrown in there. They also do kind of correct some things that I never really noticed was an issue, like the fact that male lions don't hunt.
No, they don't.
Yeah. Nope, female lions hunt.
Yeah, female.
You're just finding this out? Isn't that like core? Like, I don't. Okay, maybe you know
But
what?
I'm saying as we
Animal person.
But as we watch that film, we watch those movies. That doesn't really click. But then they kind of explain to you why Mufasa, and in turn his son, who then teaches his granddaughter, why the males are the ones passing the hunting stuff down when it should be the women in Zarabi, and they actually kind of touch on little factors like that. So they at least paid attention. Also, for the purists, they did touch up the facial expressions, so you'll live. I'm just trying to think. It's been a year. We've been all over the place and doing all kinds of things. Getting this platform monetized, that was different. I did not think it would happen that fast. I was just posting things and hoping they worked.
We'll be doing more of that next year.
Thank you, Phil Lamar, because that's the one that sent us over the edge.
And that one's still going hot.
And that was the one. That was something I found in September and was able to. We started the year with him and Keenan, and then broke that one down, and then that's the one that exploded.
Okay.
Good job going to get coffee at the right time, Kira. That was a great start to the year.
I will have you know, I was fully late to work.
Man,
let's be honest. You weren't that. You weren't that. You weren't that
employed
about it.
And you're still employed. But clearly, you don't need them. They need you. It's we're very much in. You gonna do? Fire me? Like we're in that.
Take it from a guy who used to do that at his job. What you gonna do? Who else gonna do this?
My lesson for this year is like if you keep getting terrible coworker after terrible coworker, and everybody who they're bringing is dragging the team down, or you got to pick up the slack. It's not you or the bad coworkers. Your management sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is the
I want to talk about anything else but my job right now. I want to talk about anything else.
So, all right, well, the ball is
the big step back. Give everyone outside of Wakanda minimal effort.
That's it.
Like,
when I say the doors are literally like this, it's a funnel. There's only one, maybe two that I know outside this ship who has carte blanche because they've always messed with us. So shout out to Circle of Nerds and shout out to I can't think of his podcast right now, but shout out to Jeff. And, they do amazing work. But Tommy D of Circle of Nerds has always shown his support. That is my mentor, and every time I got a question, he does a lot of Star Wars talk. Lady Mandalore, you would love him. You would love this guy. You would love the basement he has where he does the show at.
You have shown me. I promise you, it's plastered in my mind in perpetuity.
She's not jealous, but she's jealous. Not jealous, but
I'm taking notes.
I am jealous. I am not going to sit here and lie. Not everybody has a Captain Rex standing in the corner of their room and then has a bunch of plaques.
Yeah, shout out to Kai's Black Woman Cave. That girl there.
Kai's Black. She showed herself cleaning it the other day, and I'm like, why are you like this? I want that whole area. That I will pay my half of whatever mortgage you have.
Between that and the workhouse, yeah. And then just on top of nerdy, I wish everyone else was here because I wanted to. That was one of my other nerdy things. Like aside from the absolute stinkers we got out of Sony this year with starting with Madam Web, then Venom, then Finn Craven, which is rumored to be the end, but I need it in writing first before I believe on the paper. God, and then Borderlands, which just didn't have a shot before it even breathed life. Like
very much.
Why? Like we found out from what we got from Demetrius at Comic-Con and Navy was just like, yeah, this does not seem like it's going the route it should. Something's not right. And then we found out it was just awful. And according to Lainey, Heretic is also not worth seeing. So meanwhile, all the good movies, Transformers, Wild Robot, everything I said would get nominated for stuff but didn't get proper push out was interesting. Also, a weird period in time was our X-Men reviews in the midst of a rat beef. That was probably the most fun I've had with tweaking. That was. If you go back, if for some reason you're watching and you're looking at our X-Men reviews, all the titles are names of what was or whatever diss track dropped that. So what is it? Dear X-Men, I'm sorry that man is your father, or what? What did I say? Meet the Magnetos or something.
What was Magneto's name?
Kooky ass.
Dang it.
Pookie.
Meet the Masters. Was it Meet the Masters?
Yeah, it
no. It was?
Derek's. It was something. It was some last name.
Because I know we had a couple of Magnetos was right. Dear X-Men, I'm sorry that man is your father. Family Matters. The X-Men meeting.
It just worked. It just worked.
It just worked.
Classes in session. Rogue did nothing wrong. That was that was an experience because that was like,
oh, remember it? Names Gambit. Remember it? Damn.
Yeah, we had so many people showing up for that on a weekly basis, and that's like where me and Shoyo kind of have to play catch up on stuff like that because we didn't grow up with it or we weren't around at the time. That was one of the first times we could meet in the middle on something and act all be in the same place, having the same experience. And then the fact that people were coming back to do the rewatches, and then the fact that more people wanted to be on the show just to talk about it with us, that was a cross-generational Saturday morning cartoon moment, and it was cool. We got to do that for 10 weeks in a row.
There was a time where we were able to take the capsule and just crack it open,
very much,
and have carte blanche. Lady Mandalore, what were some of your favorite nerdy moments of this year?
Ooh, anytime that I made my face go like this, it was a few times on this episode. I can't think of them right now, but I do remember specifically making my face like that. Oof, It was good until it wasn't. That wasn't my highlight of the year, though. Deadpool with friends was fun. That was a highlight, definitely. Hitting my 200 mark subscribers on my channel. That was very, very much a thing. Like, oh my god, I can do it. Okay, yay. Oof. I can't think of anything else. Like I've been racking my brain since you started talking, and I'm like, oh shit, wait, what did I like? I mean, this year was not trash, exponentially trash. I just can't remember anything right now. Developing a friendship with my local. She good?
Continue. Yep, continue. She's
okay.
Good.
All right, it's out.
Yep.
Okay.
It's all out.
Yeah, top
it's all out. That's what she got to stay off camera for a second. She's out.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Hands up. Just pull your hair back, baby. You'll be all right.
Yes, blackness.
Just every other hand, just a fist.
Oh, good God. Working with everybody at God, that felt like not such a long time ago at BlerdCon for the Blerd Station live stream thing. That was a lot, but also manic and fun at the same time. That's all I can fucking think of. That's really all I can think of. There's so much more. I'm gonna get off this thing and start spitballing, and that'll be it. Keep making and maintaining a friendship with my local comic book peddler. That is fun because he's cool.
They made it seem like yeah, I got this stuff out the back of the van.
He really Chris, no, for real. He'd be like, "Hey, yo, you want to take a quick look at this right here?" I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" That's
she literally was like, "Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
Ooh, wait a minute."
Should be remodeled. Bachelor pad, also a good time. Just I was thinking, getting to hang out at Whoopie's should be bachelor pad at her house. That whole area downstairs she has. Like, I need y'all to go over there with just the little blue tape and just start marking where furniture needs to go. Like, whole castle and a fire she has down there. We can watch TV. Yeah, MomoCon was fun too. That was my first time there, and I kind of see why so many people just have the outside reputation for that place. That was definitely, like, if you were to run an event, that is a place to go and just take notes. They do everything so smoothly, and they were so welcoming. Like, the fact that they kind of saved us the grief of having to go talk to the guest, and they would just ask us, and they'll go shoot the shots for us and let us know who was a yes or no. Kind of efficient on the schedules. All the problems I've had with events, I had none there. And I didn't realize they didn't have the full venue. Getting to meet Tony there, and that's actually, if you see the bumper we do in the middle where Tony shouted out us in the book, that's from at that convention. We have another one. The audio just didn't come out too great. It's in the vault somewhere. You got to talk to Zach Fox. You got to talk to Tariq from Abbott Elementary.
I did.
I choose you for
it felt like 2 minutes, honestly. It was like, all right, let me shove this mic in my face real quick and do something else.
It was the most random corn in a like, why is Tariq from Abbott Elementary here with these white people dressed as a Waffle House waiter handing out pamphlets, and before you can get an answer to that question, he was just gone.
Yeah.
And
I know.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Kira, come over here now, because I'm like, I just heard somebody say, hey, what's up with the Keyblade? I look up and it's him. I was like, are you? Yeah, it's me. So where'd you get that Keyblade from? I'm like, so you're really like this in real life?
Nice. Lizzie. So I want to, before I get to Spartan, Lizzie, when we did our live stream over at BlerdCon, we had a couch set up, not in front of the camera, but off to the side where we were doing all our magic behind the screen. And she was like, I got to sit down. And I said, go right ahead. Like, go. Because let's face it, BlerdCon is the family reunion. It is really, which I'm unfortunately having to miss next year, but it's for a good reason. But seeing everybody that we've interviewed, that we've made that we've befriended and locked in with, and they see us doing this live stream event, and they did not leave. They did not leave. Like, we were the draw. And it wasn't because of the camera. It's the vibe we give out. So thank you to all of that. Spartan.
You have down there. I'm trying to remember the last couple Blerd cons, but like usually when you come down that escalator, you just beeline it right and go straight to the vendor hall, or you're trying to go further downstairs to either find the AC unit or whatever is down in the
I think we were the reason the escalator broke. I'm just gonna say that right there.
Damn.
I'll say this: there was a lot of traffic going downstairs, so people were over to us, but there was a lot of people going up, and I heard and this loud crack, and then I just see everyone. I heard Lizzie like make a noise. I turn around and I see everybody just marching it, and I'm like, this hotel has got to hate us with a passion.
Y'all bringing in money.
Because I just see everybody in cosplay boots and Timbs and all these uncomfortable shoes, and now they got to march. That had to. Also, thank you, stoners, because I didn't know what to. I was just. This is really the year of me just trying stuff. I didn't know what I was doing with the Toriyama photo, but the fact that y'all was out there leaving like ashes and blunts and money and beads for 3 days, and y'all was just pouring drinks out for Buddy every time I passed by. I very much appreciate y'all, because that was a hit for the culture. Like that was almost me crying on this show when I read that information. The stream thing, that just getting to just see everybody that we've talked to over the last couple months or a year or so and meeting them there. And the fact that everybody was like, we're off in the cut, but everybody's coming over just to hang out with us. And at one point, there's a video somewhere. I think we still have to put it into Talk Studio. There's a video just of it's us and then just everybody that we were interviewing or who was of status just hanging out with us at that booth.
Yeah.
Hoping we can pull it off again this year, man. Thank you all. And then we had a lot of people who came on this year with either projects to promote or books or movies that we reacted to. People who we were kind of the first to put them on and show it love. And Vigilante, I think, has gotten a couple screenings and possibly some awards. Tony Weaver's book is a bestseller now. I know Navy's Friends finally got the comic shop funded. So
shout out to Cheyenne the Geek.
I like that we're not just like, all right, please give us some attention. We're giving people a step in the right direction, and it's paying off in the long run.
Right. Spartan, nerdy moments that were your favorite nerdy moments of 2024.
Her. I'm sorry. I was gonna say her. Well,
take it. It's a commendable move. I take it.
It's a commendable move. The family expanded because the lieutenant commander was born. Now, although I do love her, I do love you dearly, Zuri. But oh wow, we did have a lot of moments. Really the ones I could think of was surprises. Of course, Tafari, the man, the myth, the legend. Somehow, some way, getting us linked up with Cleo Thomas and getting to talk to Mr. Slick Living himself, and Navy making it a personal mission to give this man his own Pokédex, and even sought this man out to be a man of his word, to get to talk to Kenan Thompson. And like we say on this show, we know when guests want to stick around. I always said best, when they cuss, they want to stick around. And it was funny where we were going into commercial, and the funny part was like, "Oh, hey, Kenan, can you stick around for a few minutes?" Shit, I just gotta tell my brother. My brother can wait. Again, this is a guy who, amazing film career, amazing comedian, longtime SNL cast member, should actually be running the show at this point, is telling us, "Yeah, I can stick around for you guys." That told me off the bat that we all have something. Of course, Chris being the voice, Kira, which I will brag about you guys, because again, this is what I saw. I saw Kira really not only be the second command on this ship, really step into her own. I just sat there and watched in the background, all proud as she took room full of blerds and really dived into comics, really really took another safe haven, if you will, to where other people can come and tune into her and Navy on Sunday nights, and she makes it fun. She brings other people along. She brings up other independent comic book creators. And again, with her voice acting, Chris, along with yours, you guys are popping up in more places now. I love to see even Whoopty, who's not with us, but again, thank you for your service. You see that, you know, her line of nails, which again, me being a black guy, have no idea in the world of cosmetology and nail technology, nail impression, that you could be that freaking talented, which she is, and that's jumping off. And again, Shokwo, and you know, her joining her, and the fact that she's the last, I call her the cavalry, because she says she's not good at support on Overwatch. That's bullshit. Those videos. I've seen those videos, Shokwo. You are very good, and she's got a following. And of course, I go to Navy. I give Navy a lot of crap, but I say Navy is. I call Navy a reverend, because if you've never heard this man talk, see, some people, when you hear them talk, you know off the bat what they are. Navy may have not been a man of the cloth, but he speaks like one, and so I'm like, nah, Reverend Navy. Reverend, I made it a point to where
I've always said he was the shepherd book of this ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he was like, really? I'm like, you're proving it every time you're up.
Mm-hmm. And I say that because again, it's like Navy knows. I'm like, dang it, Will, you gotta say Reverend Navy. Yes, the Church of the Anointed Saints and Aints needs a preacher, and I am only a deacon. So yes, I will continue to do that. But again, he speaks life. He speaks encouragement. I love the fact of seeing that. With Lainey and Geek by Heart, the fact that she's talented in horror and she can speak about horror and make it seem fun, and her husband, immensely talented. The fact that what I'm actually getting at here to really sum us all up, even Chaos Demon, we give Chaos Demon a lot of crap because, well, he is the Chaos Demon, but at the same time, he does present a view, and it's a different view, and he's funny sometimes, and he talks about my purchases, sir. You can't go past a Funko store and not come out with something. Don't talk about me and Legos, but no, in all seriousness, no, I take from this year, I love seeing the growth of everybody. I love seeing how everybody just evolves, and it's not selfish. That's the part I love the most. It is not selfish. Everybody encourages everybody. Everybody will give you that support. I love the fact that you're seeing this. And as I said before, a lot of times I'll be long-winded about this. It's about the mission. And as long as everybody understands the mission, we all flourish. Case in point. As far as movies, there's nothing else to say. I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine, that's outside of that. I mean, every other movie, I mean, yeah, you had a few that came through and liked it, but let's be honest. Deadpool and Wolverine, what we're looking forward to. Video games wise, I'm sorry, mine was still Black Myth Wukong. Not disappointed at all in that game. And there were some others, but just to kind of sum this up with a pretty red bow, it's been a great...
I'm sorry. No. Okay, so stop. Tafari did something. Mm-hmm. You will have to watch. Okay, if you know my people, you know me and DC are tight. And I used to do What the Shit Show with him. And there was an episode, it was a Father's Day episode, and one of our mutual friends was on there, and he was at work, and he had some McDonald's fries, and he was shoving them in his mouth. And my cousin was talking about something. It was a completely serious moment. And we seen Earl shoving these French fries in his mouth. And DC said, man, he was just baby fisting them fries in his mouth. Then he got, if you ever seen the meme of the baby and the baby be like this, that's how and Tafari just now did that same thing. And I'm like, oh God, no.
Sister just walked in and just handed me these. We had some decent wise. Astrobot, I didn't play Astro Bot. I played Astro's Playroom, which was good.
Yeah.
Rebirth was great. I just, as someone who's a completionist,
Well,
Platinum Run was god awful. Y'all need to just,
Well,
before you put out a hard difficulty, test it. That's all I ask, for the love of God.
True.
Real quick, I want to answer some questions that's been in the audience. Bama said for me, Bama said he just realized Will hadn't been here in a minute. Will is handling life right now. He's handling family life right now, but he's good. He's okay. He's still in our chat, so we check on each other and everything else, so he's good there. Mal said this is a beautiful place with beautiful people. Thank you for being so welcoming and fun to be around. Thank you, Mal, for the support. Thank you for those kind words. Please spread the word. And he's all, Will is also running the website. Liz had many highlights. She said another highlight was having most of us on her Anime Ink Art live talks. So thank you for that. So there's just a lot to be very grateful for, and there was a lot of great nerdy moments that I look back and I say, damn, we did that. And I believed in us. I always believed in us, but I'm like, damn, we did that this year.
Especially with Phil. That was another one too.
Like we cleared the hurdles. It seemed like every time I said we're going to do something, and it just happens. The plan falls into place. Everything, the dominoes fall where they're supposed to fall, and it played out. So having not just having these dope interviews, which turned into just conversations, because that's what I always strive for. I don't want them to be strictly interviews. I want them to be conversations. I want us to have fun. I want us to, get the people relaxed, which is how Keenan got relaxed. This is how Phil got relaxed. Carl got relaxed. Stephanie Williams, Tatiana Obey. All these people are relaxed talking to us and having a blast because I'm tooting our horn. We're the genuine article.
Yep.
If we bash, we're not bashing anything just because, it's different, we don't like it. No, if we say you could have worked on something, you could have worked on something, So having each element here on this ship, when people say, man, it's 90 y'all, I say, yeah, it's 10 on the One Piece ship. So let's be real. It's 10 on it was 9 on the Going Merry, and now it's 10 on Always on Sunny. So on Thousand Sunny. So I don't feel bad having the number of people that we have, because everybody brings something different to the table. Everybody has a generational, it's not even generational gaps. The generation overlaps.
That's what I like most about the X-Men was like the overlap. It was everybody was able to watch the same show, and years later we're all meeting at the same point and then having our own angles and catching different stuff. And that was like our most popular regular thing we did this year, because people kept coming back on Fridays to watch the re-upload where I would put all the imagery in and references to everything we were trying to talk about.
Right, stuff like this right here. Patrick Newman, which he shows support on the channel and everything all the time. He says, I've missed way too many episodes because I'm West Coast, but y'all have been a constant for me over the past 2 years when I really needed it. Love y'all. See, that's why I do this. That's why I do this, because we know mental health is important. We all go through life differently. Most of the times we're dealing with the same stuff, and this is 2 hours of being able to get away from the BS and just zone out, just generally zone out and not have a problem, so it helps,
Yep.
You guys are a class act, treat people. Yeah, we do, because we see what the world offers, and we don't want that for ourselves. We don't want that for those who are looking like us or people who ally themselves with us. We really do like what we talk about. We are genuine blerds. We're not just doing this for likes and subscribes. We're not doing it, we would love to do this for a living. We would love to do this but it takes people like everybody who's in this chat now supporting us. It takes people like you to kind of, not just support us, but tell other people about us and say, hey, you really want to watch something that's really fun. You can zone out for a little bit, get the updates on stuff. Crazy 8 the Great. He says it in the intro of the song. He says it in the intro. He said you'll feel like you master the topic by the time you feel like you're a master in it by the time the topic ends. You know, so all of that stuff helps, and just seeing that we've had an amazing banner year, and not just the interviews we've had, but the discussions we've had, the numbers we've pushed through, the things that we've done together and separately. You know, it's just like watching the X-Men. The X-Men go on separate adventures. They take care of business, and then they come back to mansion, and it was like, all right, whose ass we got to kick? You know, so it's just one of those situations. And people really look to us, and I thank everybody out there who's watched us and shown us that support and that love. And I know we've been doing this for the past 3 episodes where we've been giving our accolade, but we really appreciate it. We really appreciate what's been out here. We like what we do. So
someone who didn't grow up with Arsenio Hall, to compare it to like the theme song to what we used to do, Cartoon Fridays, where they almost had like all the cartoons on the show on the network in that big television broadcasting building. And they're like, the theme song's like, it's been a long week. Why don't you sit back and we'll show you something? Kick your feet, hang out. That's the kind of vibe I like that we have. We know, y'all, the next 4 years are going to be a headache. If you need a breather, if you need a break, if you need a breather or a break, tell your friends. That's why we're here. I'm looking over the uploads and stuff. We're just like finding out that being the ones to break Static Shock being canceled was us. First people to take a look at Vigilante, that was us. Look how well that film is doing.
The fact that Wes shouted us out several times that entire weekend. And the first shout out we weren't even expecting. We weren't expecting none of the shout outs. It was just that first one. When we went to that first screening, you know, we're sitting front and center getting our questions in, and he shouts us out. Cleo shouts us out. We like, hey, okay.
Getting building a rapport with that man, and just some of the words he's passed my way in private has been very appreciative, and that's been a big boost to my morale this year. Churchy, because that crew has come back and found us a lot. I think we were the only people at one point who reacted to Churchy when the trailer came out. And now I think they're renewed for a second and third season. And
they got Kurt Franklin is dressed as
Kurt Franklin and
with cornrows.
Wasn't it Miss Tabitha's in that too? Kurt Franklin.
So yeah, I mean, even though after Thursday we're taking like a month off, you'll still see like stuff pop up. You know, where we work. I'm sorry, we take a break, but we work. Like at least I know I'm working. I gotta work. Like this is life.
I'm just scrolling through our uploads. Yeah, Churchy, I guess they're calling themselves the stage crew. They come back for like every upload we put up for Kev now. So they've been love. Kira finding the old CNN dialogue from Carl on the Boondocks. When that got put up, I think we were like the first people to get. I'm not gonna lie, I was nagging the hell out of Kendrick to come up here when he wanted the Brave Ones, which Chris is now
doing the voice for. Yeah,
because I was like, this is a dope thing, but like I could see the way Facebook was moving, because even though he was in a group with a lot of people, I was like, I was asking him for like a solid 3 months. I'm like, dude, just watch the show, just come hang out, like whatever. Like I'll be on the episode with you. And to find out that
I think that's one of the things, and for those Blerd creatives out there who are struggling to be seen for whatever reason, please drop us a line. We are more than willing to have you on the show to support, because one thing I have noticed about a lot of social media, those algorithms are shit.
Yeah.
It just is. They change almost on a daily basis now. And it's just like, especially when it's projects by us. Yeah, like you need that push. You need that word of mouth to say, hey, you really need to check this out. Like, you really need to check out what the Millennium Studios is doing. You really need to check out what Creative Theory World is putting out. You really need to check out what Wingless Comics has put together. You really need to. Yes, we're
don't hit skip at and his kids come on playing a Nintendo Switch. They need that. Let him. What did he say? My kids. So yeah, let Keenan and his daughters get that check. I think when I was watching it back, that was one of the commercials that ran over. So when Spartan told us, like, "Are you like the fist? Like, does that still play?" He's like, "Yes." The fist pump was like, "Still getting a check." Yeah.
I was like, he was kind of surprised. I was like, yeah, before we came on here, I was like, you know your Switch commercial still playing. He's like, oh, okay, cool.
Run, and then I think residuals, once those fizzle out, I think that's the run of your ad. But I still get. Who else came on and gave us we were the shout out to the people at Iwaju who just got nominated, or I think they won and got nominated.
They won and got nominated. They won and got nominated.
Anthony Jefferson, who came on this year and gave us a print story that nobody else had. He confirmed that the aura is like a real thing. I'm trying to think who else came in and just dropped absolute.
Mark Cooper.
When we got the infamous call.
Oh, you mean Carl. Yeah. When we get the call and he gets the call and it's Tracy.
Was it all this year? I thought that was last year.
That was last year. But still, it's still a moment.
That was last year. Sorry,
it's still a moment because even my cousin was watching. He was like, he texted me. He said, "Negro, did that just happen?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that just happened."
He's like, yeah, he'll just call me. You ever been to the restaurant? No. Okay, click. He's like, I like that we met so many people that are just that they are the same way in real life. Just because I've met some people, nobody that's been on this show, but I've met some people that aren't just in our space, or folks where it's just like when people say, "Yeah, I'm going to be working with so and so," I'm like, "Get your cash up front." It's unfortunate, and I'm never going to down anybody or take money out of anyone's pockets. It's just, I'm gonna just say something before you could buy them. Some of your favorite folks with blue checks are out here straight up scamming. But even when they're having an off day, at least in those experiences, we know it's not us. Just because we had some people we bumped into and just things weren't going great, but they were still kind on our end. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, Cleo letting me know that like half of young Black Hollywood was almost in roll bounce.
I will say, Atanda Kani doing that interview, and he was. I am so glad we got that one because his whole reaction, he was excited to be at Blerd. He was excited to talk to us. He was excited to talk to everybody that was there. He gave the energy because that's the energy we're looking for. They had it. It was just like, dude, whenever you're ready. Prefer to have you in person because you got that energy. But talking about his career, talking about his path to where he is now, talking about his father, because what a lot of people didn't know was his father a G.
Yeah, I didn't know.
His father is gangster as fuck, and you wouldn't know it.
I didn't know King T'Chaka had been stabbed and all the other stuff in real life. Like
I knew about it, and I wanted him to talk about it. And I'm like, "Yo, Dad, is he that dude? He is that dude." And he talks about all the stuff he was going through and how he looks up to him, and like he's that guy. John Connie is that man. It was just like, if you don't know, now you know. He's there. I guess I want to say, I don't know. He's just that man. There's no other way to put it. So talking to people like that's dope, and talking to the people that we've spoken to this year, virtual, in person, and the energy that they gave, and every last one of them said the same thing. Y'all not like everybody else.
Not like us. Not like us.
I'm sorry. What I like about because when the interview situation got kind of crazy, we all kind of took turns tagging in and out for different interviews. So almost, if you watch the Blerd con sit downs, it's almost a different duo for each one. So everybody gets a shot to kind of just show their area of expertise and talk about different things and kind of lighten the mood. Or like I know Lainey, I don't know anything about the Orville, but I know Lainey's clip with Jay Lee was one of the more popular ones we put up.
She wanted it, and I said, "All right, then I'm tagging with you. You run point. I got you back."
And then getting to talk to so many people before they eat, whether they already had their big break or were well on their way, because like like the interviews at MomoCon were short, but getting to talk to, AJ and the 90s, and AJ I think was his biggest thing at the time was Tokyo Revengers, and now he's Ken Takakura in Dandadan, which is like the most popular, one of the most popular things this year.
Yeah.
Now he's got a role in the newest Disney film before the year closes. So dude's been having a run, like regardless of what they might be trying to say otherwise. Other shows we've talked like Batman Caped Crusader, that was a fun one.
Yep.
So I think it's just a lot of moments that we have, because we're gonna shout out to Ladarian Williams.
Yeah.
Talk about someone who came on this show with a purpose to talk about his book and where it is now. Shout out to Jason Michael Primrose, who said he was going to do his thing, and I'm still jealous because he said, "I am leaving the country." This is
and dip.
But showed his love and showed up and came to BlerdCon. When he came, and I'm like, I gave that dude the biggest hug because we've had so many interviews with him. It was like I gave that dude the biggest hug. I said, "Dude, I am so glad we finally get to see each other in person." Because he was like, "Where's Fury?" He's seen Candy B. He's seen Lainey. He was like, "Where's Fury? I need Fury." So shout out to Jason, doing the stuff he's done. But we really couldn't have done all of that without holding each other up and holding each other's, not even holding each other's hand. Like me and Lady Mandalore, I'm like, I told you, she'll text me and say, "Are you okay?" I'm fine. And then, and if she's feeling apprehensive about something, I'm quick to say, no, you better. So now you see why she's my second in command. I'm like, no, I really couldn't get where I am without having a strong Black woman by my side.
She's encouraging. She's encouraging the side of hostility.
Because I mean that shit. The fuck? Why I have to explain myself any further than go do whatever the fuck it is that you're supposed to be doing? But I love you.
Really? After all that?
Shout out both our Williams.
That's how it works.
Wait, take it or leave it, motherfucker. What you think this is?
This is why Kira would excel as a life coach. Take it or leave it.
Yeah. Take it or leave it.
Shout out to our Williams on the website, because that when we put in applications for stuff, they do go through it and check just to make sure it's not just a dead domain you have sitting there. So just the little maintenance bits here and there, and then just everybody bringing their own ideas to stuff that we might come together. Like the rewatches and the discussions this year are fun. Did she just headbutt you like in this?
That's not the first time. That's
no, it's not.
This girl has literally been
going at
pulling my beard, throwing punches.
She is
and then she kissed me afterwards. She gonna headbutt me and then she kissed me afterwards.
Oh yeah, we got to record our first group reaction. And after the attempted, when I say minding our business, we watched the film, 3 shots, and went right into filming Captain America. We filmed Captain America like 5 minutes after we saw what happened on that attempted stage.
Look, I will say this. There's no major plans for next season. I do have, unlike some people, I don't have concepts of a plan. I have plans that's already in the works, because like if it's already worked out in my head, I'm like, all right, put it on paper, make it work. And I'm saying this, there's going to be more people that we're talking to, obviously, and there's going to be more people that you've seen in other projects coming on here. I'm going to tell you right now, I want Jennifer Lewis on.
Are we getting Auntie Grandma? What you talking about? Yeah.
Oh, I want Jennifer Lewis on. I want her to talk about her career. I want all of that. You know,
This
there's
this
people
why I
out there.
take care of like a Pokemon.
So it's like
You know,
there's people you know that we have connected with, that we have bonded with, that we have built with. There's people. Shout out to Ozzy As the Virus. I got something in the mail today. I didn't open it yet. I didn't open it yet.
Oh yeah,
I gotta do an unboxing, but I didn't open it yet because I seen his name and I'm like, oop, I know what that is.
Oh, yeah, we got to do his trading card promo for DreamCon with RDC, which had to sit in the pocket for a while. But when it was ready to launch, he came to us. So
yeah,
we got to help.
And that's the other thing. People that know we're willing. Roxy she was like, I'm on my Becky tour, and she dropped me her link to her stuff. And I'm like, I was like, girl, you know we got your back. Quit playing with me, you know. So it's stuff like that, you know. When 8 say, hey, I got this, say less. Bring it forward, you know. You're right, yes, Patrick, Deborah Wilson. That's another one I'm trying to get my hands on, you know. So you know what to do. You know what to do. That's all I need to hear is you know.
I choose you, famous Kira.
Funny that you should ask.
Ahead,
No, I don't know her at all. I don't know her.
You got people out there that was like, does Kira? No. I say she's in a good city where she can literally bump into some. Because
all I can sit there and say is, where's the SpongeBob meme when you need it? 3 weeks later. Guys, guess what I bumped into? And I'm like, really, Kira? Really? Just in New York? Just happened to happen?
Y'all want to come on and promote stuff in the future?
You just said 3 weeks ago you don't know this woman.
Yeah, if any of y'all want to promote something that we talk about all manner of things. We what else do we do? We did Agatha, House of the Dragon, Acolyte. Hey, I don't y'all haven't started the promo for Sinners yet, and that comes out in what, March?
Wait.
Yeah. And we killed that one.
Michael.
It's
I just want you to know.
Michael and Ryan.
Kira's
come to the stage.
Kira's love letter to the crew for that Sinners reaction was the highest thing watched that month, and they sat there for the entire 16 minutes. I was like, do I cut it to just like 5? I'm like, nah, I'll let it ride. And then I'm like, natural drop off is like 1638 out of 1640.
That means they cut it off at the end when they show the trailer. That's right. When they show the credits, that's when they show it. They're like, damn, you did the whole thing. Good luck. But no, there's people I'd love to talk to Method Man. He's a big comic book head. I'd love to talk to Paramount.
Between him and Deborah, they both out in California now. They don't be here. Meth might be here though.
MUTHOV, man.
Get it worked out.
Just to send the Sinners crew.
And I'll tell him, it's it's cool. Patrick. He said Pharaoh Monch is an action figure. Yeah, I knew Pharaoh Monch. I knew about Pharaoh Monch. So there's a lot of people that and those are just known people. We love the unknowns as well. We love. I know we ran over, but we love the unknowns as well because they have some dope projects, which is why we're part of Blerd Station. And you can still sign up for Blerd Station, blerdstation.com. Go there, pick us as your affiliate. You can pick anybody from the crew as an affiliate, but guess what? You get and paperwork is already getting sent out. You get to own a piece of the show of the yes.
Y'all can't see my goddamn address, but that's it says.
Some people got it.
Promissory.
The promissory note. So we out here doing business. We're not playing games.
We a businessman. I'm sorry. That was there.
So it's just we are here making sure we are walking on what we're saying, and we're not here to play games. We're not here pulling anybody's chain. You know it's real. You know we're real. You know we don't piss around with any kind of information that we get. We want to make sure that this type of stuff benefits not just us but everybody.
Right.
Especially us in a time where we matter the most, where we've always mattered, but we ain't got time. We're not playing. When I said that train is moving, it's probably making one more stop. and you might miss. So you can still join up. Go to blerdstation.com and go to Blerd's Eyeview and pick anybody from the crew to choose an affiliate. We're also an affiliate of Taco Noir. You can use Blerd's Eyeview as a code. It get 10% off any item. Shout out to the crew over at Taco Noir. We are working with Black Lion and Cubs. We are working as far as voice work. I am with Millennium Studios. I am with Josh Evans of the Talk Story to Me clan. I think I'm doing another project somewhere else. I just can't remember. I've done so many projects with Talk Story to Me. That might be what it is. So, I've done work with Midnight Comics. So, we've dealt with a lot of people, and they love what we're doing. Shout out to Night of a Bits. They made a major move. Shout out to Cheyenne the Geek for the comic shop and hitting her mark
and above
with 3 days, and it's still going with 3 days to spare. Just off that alone. So that type of support is necessary. It is so necessary. So yes, no need for us to do sign-offs tonight. If you just follow each one of these people that you see on this board, we will be back Thursday for the season finale. Remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. This is Chris Fury, which is part of the crew. Right here. Go follow everybody streams. After Thursday, you'll probably see me doing some Twitch runs about comic book characters and comic book art. So stay tuned for that, because typing up is a chore. I don't feel like typing. By the time I get to the computer, I'm like, I'd rather just talk.
For following each of us on Twitch, by the way, we all got our numbers back and they were very much appreciated. Also, if y'all follow me, if y'all see my posts for the next 4 days, mind your business. I got bills. So thank you all for sending me things I have to talk about.
Yeah. We will see you guys Thursday for the season finale. Have fun, get some rest, take that PTO. It's the holiday season. Don't go broke trying to prove your point, because if you're paying the bills, don't worry about nothing else. We will see y'all guys. We will see you guys Thursday. We're out of here.
Yeah.